Okay, the next column we're going to be looking at is going to be the discussion board. Now, if you're in a face-to-face class, this may not be visible. Sometimes I'll put it up there if there may be some test discussions for some students, but it may or may not be visible. But if you click on that, this will be a link to all of the discussions for the entire semester. You'll normally access these from the weekly content tab, but if you want to just go directly to a discussion, you just can click on the discussion tab and then scroll down to it. Now to the weekly content. This is the one thing that has changed. I used to have each week listed in this menu over here on right below here, but they wanted to limit the number of links. I'm on the distance ed committee, and they didn't like necessarily the way I had it, so I kind of had to go with the rest of the committee, and we've now consolidated everything into this one folder. So click on that, and you will scroll down, and you will see now each week has their own separate folder. I've got listed on here what is required for you of that week. You'll also find that when you get inside the folder themselves. Now, to get inside the folder, don't click on the folder itself, click on the title of it. Like this one is week 1, it started on June 4th. So there'll be something that will say what week number it is and the date or the date range. So click on that. And now we've got what we really need to do this week. In this class, you have a video that you have to watch. This is the introductory week. Actually, a couple videos, including this Navigating Blackboard video that you're already watching. Then there's an introductory quiz that you have to make 100% on. That's kind of a standard thing for my online classes. That way, there's no surprises at the end. It goes over the basically the course syllabus and the APA and course requirements. Then there's a link to the discussion board, as I mentioned earlier, and so forth. And you can watch the videos. You can simply click on the button and you can watch them. If you want them full screen,
welcome to Juvenile Justice System, CRIJ 1313. This is the video.
Stop this so you don't have my voice echoing in the background. But you can also, if you want to watch them directly in YouTube, you can click on that. You can pull up the closed captions if you want. They're not edited, so they're generally 95% accurate. There's just not a whole lot of punctuation there, so just kind of take that with a grain of salt. In this particular course, we've got in the introductory quiz, and let me see. Go ahead and do that right now so you can see how it works. And again, much like the previous quiz I showed you, the difference I want to show you here is, now I'm going to have to move myself out of the way over to this side. Okay, on this one, the questions are listed separately. So you pick your answer, and then you can just click over to the next one. You can click Save, but it automatically saves when you go over to the next one. And then you can go along. If on a test where you've got 80 questions or so, you want to, you're not sure about an answer, and you want to go back to it, you can navigate back and forth. I would suggest that you guess in case you run out of time, but if not, you can leave it blank. We'll go ahead and leave this one blank, and again, we'll show you what happened when you leave it blank. And then again, you just keep going and answer all the questions. I'm spending a lot of time on these. Now, if I decide that, I need to go back to number 4, you can hit the back button several times to get there, but if you're on question 80 and you want to get back to 1, it's going to take a while. So the best way to do this is to click on this little down arrow right here, and then I can navigate directly to the question that I haven't done. And as you can see here, the grayed in ones are the ones I've answered. The ones that I haven't answered are whited out. So I can go back to that, and I can go ahead and answer that and move on to the next one. Again, I'll skip one answer so we get that warning screen up there one more time. And we've just got a couple more questions to go. I'm not real sure that I'm going to make 100 on this. In fact, I'm probably positive I'm not. So once you get to the last question, what you can do is you can't navigate any further, so you'll have this button that says Save and Submit. You click on that button, and in this case, my warning came up, said I didn't do number 7. If I hit OK, I'm going to get number 7 wrong because it's not going to accept it. So I'll go ahead and hit Cancel. I would navigate back to number 7. I will then answer it, and then I want to finish it up by navigating back to the last question and then hitting that Save button. Now that warning's not there, I hit OK. What will result now, back out of the way again, we'll have the time it took 2 minutes to answer all these questions. Click OK, and now it will give me the questions and tell me my score on it. I got the first one right, so I got 10 points. This one I did not get right, I got 0. It's going to give me the question but not the answers. So that's the way it's set up. So let's see, overall on this test I made 50, so that's not bad in just clicking on answers. Now what I wanted to do with this test is I want to go back and show you how you can come back and say look at quizzes later on when you want to study for the exam. Go to one of these sections where I've got the My Grades. I'll click on My Grades, and then I'll scroll down to that question. So if I want to look at this introductory quiz, I will go to it. It will give me, the possible points, when I took it, what time I took it, and so forth. Some of the quizzes you can take over and over in the online classes, so it will give you your last score. And simply click on the calculated score. And now you can go back and look at, again, the questions, but not the answers. But if you're looking at quizzes that are going to be on the exams, knowing the question can be very important. So be sure to do that. Now we'll go back over to the weekly tabs. I'll pick on second week where there's a discussion here. And again, it's not going to let me scroll that far down. There it goes. Discussion number 1, you'd move out of the way again. Click on the discussion. With the discussions, they are set up that you cannot read anybody else post until you create your own thread. So you click on that, then you create your own thread, and you would name it, and then type your answer right here in the box. Don't add it as an attachment. That makes it a little bit harder for fellow students to read it. You can write it in Word, cut and paste it into the document, and you'll be fine. Let me just show you how to cut and paste it. What you will do is come over here. You click on paste. It won't do anything. It's just going to tell you which command to use, and if it's in Chrome or in a Microsoft product, then you want to hit Control-V to paste, and it should paste your whatever you'd copied into that document, so you'll be able to do it that way. That kind of covers everything that is in the course itself. Again, the course content will tell you everything you need to do, but there are a couple other things that you'll find on here. If you're having issues with Blackboard, you click on the Blackboard support ticket, and you can fill out the information so that you get as much information, and they will get back to you, and they're pretty quick about getting back to you. You can also have links here to Upswing Online Tutoring. You can go into that, and you can use your ACC's information to get into the system. I can't tell you much about it, but there's some information on contacting them if you need assistance. And then we've got a link to the library. It gives you to the Alvin College Library. And finally, there's a help link that you can use that will help you with some common problems. If you are unable to get into the system, let me exit out of the preview and go from there. I'm trying to log out. if you are unable to get into Blackboard, because you've got issues, and you need to get a Blackboard support ticket, right here at the top you have your Blackboard support ticket. You can click on that, and that will bring up that same link back there. We've also got a browser check tool that you can make sure your browser works and is supported. You've got a verify your web ID, kind of give you some help there, and forgot passwords also there, and then a link to web access. So any one of those things are available on here. Well, that just kind of gives you a quick overview of how I have my Blackboard set up. Hopefully you'll find it easy. If you have any questions, you can always contact me. Send me an email, give me a call in the office. I will try to work you through any issues that you have. Hope you enjoy my classes, and we'll talk to you later.